The most feared army in Japan is marching today. I am in it. I make sake. First time, stay next to me. Do exactly what I do. That drum up on the mountain, that is the call up. When it sounds, every brewer in Kyoto shut his shop and walks. My name does not matter, my shield does. This mark on my barrels means the god of Mount Hiei protects my shop. Nobody loves me, nobody undercuts me. The tax collectors know my street. We have never had a long conversation. In return, on the day the drum sounds I carry, you came to see the warrior monks. Everyone does. Keep looking. By the palace gates tonight, you will understand.
Kyoto, the winter of 1169. The man closing his brewery is a jinin, a shrine affiliate of Hiei, the great shrine of the foot of Mount Hiei. Brewers, grain lenders, toll keepers, ordinary businessmen inside a sacred franchise. Today, hundreds of them are reporting for duty. On the biggest days, the capital swore it was thousands. A governor's man has wronged the mountain's people, so the mountain is going to court. All of this is going to court.
We have 5 moves, learn them from the bottom. Today, my shoulder goes under move 2, and at the gate, you will see why nothing like it exists anywhere else on earth. Move 5, paper. Yes, monks sue temples are the most patient litigants in Japan. They keep every deed and every boundary stone. For centuries, so the petition comes first, always, filed politely, filed properly. And everyone in the capital understands what a petition from us really is, a receipt, proof, for later that we asked nicely.
60 years after this march, Japan's warrior government wrote a law against exactly this playbook, banning sacred processions into other men's estates, banning loan collection behind holy objects. You do not write a law against a thing that is not working.
And when the answer is slow, the mountain does not send a second letter. Move 4. The god goes silent. No festivals, no blessings, no prayers for the emperor's health, no rites for the harvest. The whole machinery of heaven shut. And here is the beautiful part. They take the god's own vessel and they leave it somewhere inconvenient, in a road, at a bridge. Before a rich man's gate, you cannot move it. Touching it wrongly is sacrilege. You cannot walk past it. It is a god in the road. My father walked through one of the silences. He said the worst part was the quiet. No drums, no songs. A whole city holding its breath, waiting to learn what it was.
Ritual suspension was a documented tactic. Abandon the sacred cart or tree at a strategic site. A normal government business froze until restitution was made. 4 years after this march, the sacred tree of Nara will sit at the regent's own villa at Uji, while a toll wall burns behind it. No weapon drawn. The city simply stops working until somebody pays.
That is move 4. The god left. The city stops. Move 3 belongs to the other great temple called Fukuji in Nara. There, God travels as the tree, a sacred branch of the Kasuga shrine hung with holy mirrors. When the tree walks, Nara walks behind it, and the capital asks one question: what do they want? And can we give it before that branch reaches the gates?
In 1093, a governor named Takashina Tamei seized fields the temple claimed. Kofukuji mobilized on the 6th day of the month. The tree entered Kyoto on the 26th. That same night, the court removed Tamei and sent him into exile. Here is the detail historians love. The monks never produced clear title to that land. They did not have to. The tree was in the city.
20 days from marching to exile, my cousin waited 3 years for judgment about offense. He did not have a god to carry. Move 2 is on my shoulder right now. Put your hand on the pole. Grip here. Do not stumble. Not for your sake. You are replaceable. Forgive me for his zamikoshi. The palanquin of the god of the mountain. Understand what is on your shoulder. This is not a symbol of the god. For every soul kneeling along this street, the god is inside. Now watch the soldiers at the gate. Watch their bowstrings. Every one of them is doing the same arithmetic. An arrow that hits a carrier makes a martyr. An arrow that hits the palanquin makes the archer man who shot a god. In court, forever, against a plaintiff who cannot die.
22 years before this night, Taira soldiers loosed arrows at the god's vehicles at Gion. The court suspended both commanders responsible, the head of the Taira clan among them. Not every arrow was punished. One year the man responsible walked free, and the court simply paid for the repairs, but often enough. Tonight, the court will order Taira no Shigemori, its leading general, to clear these men from the gates. 3 times it will order him. 3 times he will declare. That is what the capital feared. Not an army, a lawsuit you could not win walking toward you.
So no, they can shoot us. Nothing stops them. It is only the most expensive arrow a man will ever lose. The gates are opening. They always open. Move on is a reputation. Nobody has to carry it. You have the stories they tell in the capital. Giants on the mountain, blaze taller than an army of monster monks. Look around this procession. Find one for me. I will wait.
He is right to tease you. The famous image, the white cowl and the tall clogs and the great curved blade, solidified centuries later in theatre and Edo period prints around legends like Benkei. Even the word for it, sōhei, warrior monk, does not exist tonight. It will be coined in 1750, 5.5 centuries after this march. The mountain's own records tell a different story. A 10th century register lists 2,700 monks enrolled. When an abbot demanded an assembly to count heads, 2,000 came. The famous 3,000 was a letterhead, not a head count. And a century and a half after tonight, one temple's toll dispute left a duty list, 92 names. 20 were monks, 72 were laymen, hall workers, retainers, estate men, men like him.
The mountain's real army is a book of loans. We lend the grain, we pour the capital's sake. The court can fight monks. It cannot fight the people who feed it, move it, and pour its drink, all at the same time. That is move 1, be everything. I am not gentle, you understand? 6 years ago, the mountain raised its brother temple across the lake. The 4th time, that night both mountains chanted for the dead, the same sutras to the same Buddha. By spring, both were swing again.
The court knew all of it and could do almost nothing. 70 years after this march, its own distillery office will try to levy Kyoto's brewers directly. Most already pay the shrine. The levy will fail, and Kyoto will still be telling a story about the retired Emperor Shirakawa, by every measure, the most powerful man of his age.
Ah, I know this one. 3 things. The old emperor said, refused to obey him. The water of the Kamo River, the fall of the dice, and the monks of the mountain. Did he say it? Who knows? The city says he said it. For our purposes, that is better.
He probably never said it. The line surfaces in war tales written long after his death, but the city that kept repeating it was in a position to know. That night, the man at the center of the dispute was exiled. The order was reversed within the week. So the mountain pressed again, and 6 weeks later, won again. It never needed to win quickly. It only needed to never stop.
We leave the god at the gates tonight. He does not need us for the arguing. Tomorrow, I open my shop again, protected, taxed, and the drum sounds owned. Every shield had 2 sides.
The great blades are in museums now, polished for warrior monks who mostly never existed. The legend got the armor. The truth kept the receipts.